Hey guys, WantClue here. I hope all of you are doing well and having a really good day. Today is the day. We have a new release for ESP-Miner for the firmware that runs your Bitaxe. So let's get started and right into it. As you can see, we do have plenty of changes. And we're currently sitting here in the preview because I need to click the publish release button yet. But I'll do so in a second. I quickly want to run over with you over all these changes, and I also want to explain you what was going wrong with the version 2.1.9 and why it will not be released and why we now have the version 2.1.10. So alright, what has been introduced originally? We now have a so-called overheat mode, which is necessary, I believe, and that's the reason why I wrote it and why I implemented it, which is basically a way that you can visualize and actually see and hear that your Bitaxe has been overheated. I will show you how this exactly works in just a second, but what I need to do now is to go over all these other things. We also now have multi-trip support, which has been introduced in the NVS by George, as well as a couple of small optimization and code refactoring by him, as well as a new quick link for CK Pool. Apparently a couple of you guys are using CK Pool, so now I added CK Pool in there as well. We had a little bit of code cleanup from Tommy Watson, and we had the add for the Supra 402, which is the newest release. So this has also been added by George. There was also this weird thing that the fixed fan speed has not been updated on the web, which has been updated now, and a couple of people were working on that. You can see all these pull requests on these numbers in the back end there, like 222 for the fixed fan speed. And major thing now is the recovery page, which has been introduced by TDB3, which is amazing. So now if you flash your web UI, the www.bin, and it fails for whatever reason, and I will also show you this just in a second, then you get a recovery page. Now we also have a couple of efficiency metrics, which has been introduced by Mutatrum, and a little bit of overheat boot loop, which has been fixed by Benjamin, and we also have the fixed job interval timing, which has been fixed by Scott. The overheat mode protection is set on startup. It forces a new NVS value to add if non-existent, which is a fix that has been introduced later on. So what has happened with version 2.1.9? We released the version 2.1.9, and apparently we didn't actually notice this on our devices that we were testing this on, but plenty of you guys are actually updating your devices so frequently that we can't keep up with them, and many of you reported back to us, hey guys, something is wrong, this device is, I don't know, like rebooting all the time, doing weird stuff, it's showing weird frequencies and hash rates, so something is off. We investigated this and we did a lot of work the last couple of days. It was really time consuming, but we fixed everything of that. What has happened was a memory leakage. I don't know, probably some of you are now these Rust people and telling me, just use Rust, it's way better. Nope, we don't. We will not with ESP-Miner. So we figured out the memory leakage and we fixed it. Scott has fixed this on the serial RX functionality, and then we also moved the NVS close and NVS config to a better location. Then we also moved this newly integrated overheating functionality that I've introduced into ESP-Miner into a new way to the functionality so that it actually now works and doesn't load up your memory all the time. And I kind of modified the work queue, which reduces the startup mining notifier behavior not to start up your hash, which means like at some point it could happen that you start up your Bitaxe or some other device that is using this firmware and it wouldn't actually start to hash right away. It would only start to hash until it had the second mining.notify. I changed a couple of things and reorganized the work queue, and now it's better. It's not fully fixed, it still needs a couple of improvements. That's why there are these openings, these brackets, that we actually need a little bit more of improvement. What is really important is we also now do see a ignoring for the pre-releases. So from now on, from the beginning, we will do some pre-releases, because when we do think, all right, this is good stuff, we will use this as the pre-release. And if this pre-release works out, and all our firmware testers on the Discord have tested this and saying, yeah, that's good, that's working, no issues with that, then it will go into the actual release. But your device will only see a release. If it is a pre-release, it will be ignored by your Bitaxe device, which is really, really, really good. Also, one other thing is that I added a mutate protection on the HTTP server C file. Basically what this means, it is a really bad thing. A couple of functions on the HTTP server that serves the web UI and stuff like this, and all the interaction that you can do with your Bitaxe, had the option or potential for leakage there, and we fixed that. So these are all the things that we needed to change from 2.19, and 2.19 was just not be able to be released, I'd say. It worked on all of my devices, it worked on all of the devices that Scott had, but somehow we managed to only have devices that had no flaws with them. So we got rid of the version 2.19, and now we introduced the version 2.10, which does have all these fixes, and it should be good. It has been tested by all these firmware testers that we do have on our Discord now, and it is just lovely. Also, I need to give a quick shout out to these new contributors, the Ania99, Dad of Sambonsuki, 3X, 3Y, 3Z, 3T, Haron, and Arabuku. Thank you guys for having your first contributions to the ESP-Mono repository. It's awesome. Now let's hop over to my camera and let me show you what you now can do with your Bitaxe, how you can fuck it up, and how you will not break your Bitaxe. So let's go over there. All right, now we are here on my phone, and let me quickly go over to my settings of my Bitaxe. What I want to do is stupid stuff. I want to reduce the fan speed of my Bitaxe to like 8%, and now it's really, really silent. And what we want to do now is go over here to the Bitaxe and take a look on it. Hopefully we can get the screen to show what it should show. Let's just watch it for a second, and very soon it should overheat. And there we go. I mean, the screen is not really good readable. I'm sorry for that, but I'm trying my best. Now it states, device overheated. Please check web UI for more information. You know what we're gonna do now? Let's scroll back out and let's hop over here to the web UI. And now here on the settings, you do see there's a new button called Disable Overheat Mode. Make sure to reset frequency and voltage. So what you need to do is you need to actually click on the frequency and the voltage, usually default. Then click this button, click on Save, and restart your Bitaxe device. Afterwards, it should start hashing right away as usual, and it should just work. It's great. Now let's do the last stupid shit that we can do. We want to update the www.bin. We want to quickly do that. All right, we select the www.bin, and while we're doing that, we just reload the web page, which causes our Bitaxe to actually go into the recovery mode. What we can do here is we choose the file, we click on the expected file that we need, we select it, we click on upload, we wait for it to say uploading. So this is a fail-safe functionality for you if your Bitaxe device actually does have some sort of issues. And while it is uploading, it takes a couple of seconds. Upload successful, we click on restart, and then we can reload the web page, and here we go.